Hello Tubesters, it's Gav. Welcome to another one of my videos. I always say this is a short one today and then I go rambling on and it never ends up short. But this one should be. I just wanted to give you an update on my Wolverine figure. I've been getting the paintbrushes on this most evenings, or evenings, probably late at night really, but just doing again the usual hour and a half. I've been really enjoying it. It's been a bit of a change from doing my usual military subjects. Yeah, enjoying it quite a lot. I've got a couple of busts coming in from El Greco. I cashed in my reward points. Got the whole £10 off. Hey, for someone like me it's like £100. So I've got two busts coming in. One I'm going to be entering into the Pacific War group build 1942. I think we're in at the moment. There's been so much flying backwards and forwards, literally. I did ask Charlie could I put this one in, and he said absolutely. So cheers Charlie, but it's a couple of days from getting that yet, so why am I going on about it? I've no idea. But yeah, we've got that coming up. But this Wolverine bust, I hasten to add, I couldn't find, as I've said before, a suit, would you call it, that Wolverine that matches any of the artwork that I could see. I don't know if Sanix has done the artwork himself, or if I presume he's based it on something. I've no idea. I don't know enough about the subjects. I'm a mainly military painter and builder who enjoys doing other stuff from time to time. But because I'm not immersed in that world, I enjoy the painting side of it. I enjoy the colours and stuff, and I do generally go off and read up these characters and stuff because I like to know what I'm painting, but I just couldn't see this particular suit, if you want to call it that way. Losing words really. So I've just more or less copied it from Sanix's own website. Slight variations. I'm not sure if I didn't want to use any metallic paints or anything like that. I'll go through it in a minute. I wanted a fairly grungy look because Wolverine, to me, apart from those, you do see some of the comic books artwork that I've seen where he's obviously shiny yellow and blue and black bits and stuff. But the way I saw it on Sanix's site was the way I've more or less produced it myself. So he's a bit more grungy. I'm going to say these wrong because I can't remember what the blades are called now. Sorry, comic book fans out there, but I've tried to replicate. I've done them in non-metallic. I've done the one side. I'm still working on it to a degree, and the other side I've hardly touched. But they always seem quite a light, because I think they were supposed to be bone of some description. I think so. I've done it like that, and when I've seen it replicated in artwork, it's not very often dark, steely look. It's more of a light coloured look. Obviously, if you're going to replicate non-metallic metal, you've got to put some shadows, as if there's some shadow areas on there. We'll call them blades. Otherwise, it won't work. You need contrast with non-metallic colours. Again, the word non-metallic just means I'm not using metallic paint to replicate something. So, yeah, join me at the bench and we'll take a look. Right guys, here's my Wolverine. Obviously there's bits and pieces not painted yet, and all of it will need a clear up. These grey bits, again, I'm interpreting that it's obviously some form of metal, but it was more of a grey metal, if that makes sense, when I was looking on the artwork on Sanix's site. Again, on the video, I don't know how well the yellows are coming out. I may just on the breast part there, I might just bring that up a bit more, and I definitely would bring in the outside of all the armour pieces with something like lemon yellow, not lemon yellow, ice yellow, something like that, just to bring the edges up a bit more, get some more definition to those. As I say, it's a work in progress at the moment. I like to more or less hit it 3/4 done, yeah, 3/4 done, and then just refine it as I go. So these shoulder pads, they still need refining, and scratches and bits and pieces put in. I've managed to just flick the blades there, but I've managed to so far keep them intact. That's the one side that I've done. I have to keep doing this to see if I can just keep some of the bright light off. I think the blues come up quite well on there. What I've done on this one, you can use more contrast on this in the sense of I've painted it, I've primed in white, and then I've used dark sea blue in the shadow areas, and then a mid blue, and then but leaving the white areas, and then once you go over it with the mid blue, you get a nice contrast, and then you can pick it up with lighter colour after that. I've got, as I say, it's all got to be worked over again yet, just until I'm happy with it. But I always find it easier to do a lot on one, but I tend not to finish it. I tend to go on to something else. It's not boredom, it's just to get an idea what everything looks like, and then I'll go back and work things, you know. I might go higher up on the yellow. I don't want to go too high on this yellow because it's, again, I don't know what's showing up on the light or not, but it's got to be, it's a material for a start, and it's not like that spandexy type of stuff, you know, the more glue-on stuff that the superheroes tend to wear, as you can see by the ripples in the fabric and that. So it's not going to be overly shiny, whereas I've tried to do the metally blue a bit more blingy. Got a bit more to work on, like I'll take it that's metal on the edges of the belt. The Sanix had the pouches the same colour as everything else, but I wanted them slightly darker just to show up a bit more, and they've got to have some other bits on yet. And there's lots of, like the little, like on the legs there, there's lots of these like little holding pins. They're not part of the stuff I haven't cleaned off, because it was superbly cleaned off by the guy at Cast-It. But all those have got to be done as well, but I'm not until I've finished all the yellow. You've got the usual problem when you're working with lighter colours and darker colours like the browns and that, of getting paint contaminated on one or the other. You just got to be prepared to clean it off every now and then. What I do try and do is put the darker colours in first, and obviously the material that's got the chest armour and back armour and stuff on, you do that anyway, but it's just that you don't want to be trying to faff around with dark colours around your yellows. The blues aren't so bad. I mean, I've got a bit of paint on some of the areas closest to the skin, because it's all been skin colour. But I just like to show it off. I was quite pleased how it's been turning out. As I say, I've not got obviously you've got the skin colour and the flesh, I should say, and the mask, headdress, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's been superbly printed, and the files themselves, I'd imagine, you know, to get all the little teeth and the tongue and everything's brilliant. On Sanix's site, he's not shown, you know, sometimes he's when I've seen it in artwork, his eyes are all white, but he's got them as normal eyes, and that's what I'll do with that. So there we go. Yeah, I've got a bit more on the brown leather gloves just to do a bit more yet, but he's coming along nicely. Obviously I've not touched the base yet, but I'll keep pushing through with this guy until he's all done. Doing it. I'm spraying the tank tomorrow, getting some green and black paint on the tank, or some green paint maybe anyway. What else we got? I want to see this through before I get the two busts come through. I'll do an unboxing of the busts as I always do, but I won't obviously start that until these are all done. So yeah, there we go. I'm quite pleased how that's, you know, so I've only done a couple of 32 or three 32mm superheroes a few years ago, which weren't a great success. And I've quite enjoyed that. It will be interesting whenever I do another one. As I say, this is more material and it's more of a rough armour and stuff on it. It will be interesting to do more something with one of that, because I could have done, I was either going to get him or oh my life, what's he called? Iron Man. I'll call him Rocket Man then. Iron Man, which is obviously a very blingy type of armour and things, so it'll be interesting to do something like that, or one of these. There's one, and I can't remember the lady's name, with a green and yellow. That's more of a, you know, one of them body hugging type suits, and that'll be interesting to do one of them, you know, a bit more shiny and that. So yeah, quite enjoyable. Well, not quite. I've really enjoyed it. Even my wife said, like, she's been coming in, poking her head around the door and saying, "Oh, you're really getting on with that." And she's actually been quite enjoying it, because obviously she's quite used to seeing me doing military subjects all the time. But yeah, been really enjoying it. As I say, the belt buckle with the X-Men symbol, I couldn't see on his artwork if he seemed to have done it just all like a metallic-y type colour. But I wanted to do it. I looked on some artwork. I thought, no, we're going to deviate slightly with that as well. We're going to have the red. We're going to have the red, which has got to be put a non-metallic colour around it still, and then may even pick the red up slightly brighter. I don't know yet. But yeah, so there's fair bits to go on it yet. But I just wanted to give an update. Thank you very much for taking a look. Hope everything's going well with you, and we will catch each other very soon on another video.